Hello, today the 16th of February, I would like to show you some of the trades I took this London session on the US 100. So on the chart you see a few trades that I took and I want to explain why I took them. So normally we trade the 1 minute chart and that's how it looks. This is the London Open. It went down first and then it broke to the upside. It did give a pullback, but it did give a pullback after a very strong move, so I wasn't really interested unless I took a trade at the close here with an 8 stop loss. I would have hit my 24 target point here easily, but I was focused on the DAX. Now why I took the trade on NASDAQ is because we have a rule of entering a trade when the new 5-minute candle is broken. So let's go to the 5-minute chart. As you can see, there's an impulsive move. It's peeled away from the moving averages. While I was contemplating on taking this number 2, I looked at this candle and I saw the gap between the moving averages and I thought, no, it needs a little bit of pullback. And it did pull back. Then we have a double micro bottom here. On 2, I was interested. I took a trade at the close this time. As it turns out, this time it wasn't good to take it on the close, so I quickly took my loss of -2 on this and price went down. And then after that, as soon as it broke up, I thought my original idea of this price trying to retest the highs of the previous highs was correct. So what I did is that I went to the 1 minute chart and here's how I saw it. One trend line actually really helped. So that's the price going down. And then we have a momentum breakout. As soon as this breakout happened, I did a little bit of this bites me sometimes, this market order long, but this is perfect entry. That's what I want. This entry is the entry that I want. So I took this entry. It's called the micro pullback. So if I take this entry, my stop loss would be set at 10 points at this point, but mentally, if it starts to come probably halfway through, but I think on this occasion, because I saw this level, even if it came down, I probably would have held it. My stop loss would be here. So if it goes a pip or two below this, a tick or two, I would be out. So then when it started going up, this was my pullback entry. So and then I completed my setup. Why I have 3 entries? Well, I was going market order in, so I didn't want to go 1% totally. So I split my position into 3. So I went 1/3 here. And then when I was confirmed a little bit more, then I put 1/3 more. And I thought that if it breaks the high of this, then I will complete my position. And then it started going up. I completed my position. I was confirmed that, look, at the end of this candle, if it goes below the low of this candle, I'm out of it. And then I received the perfect signal for this. So if I did not do this stuff, I would have gone long on this with 6 or 7 stop loss, and 21 would be hit within a minute. And that's how I took this trade. So the important thing here is that when you're trading the 1 minute chart and the 5 minute chart is pulling back and the trend is up, you don't want to take a trade unless you have one high broken of the 5 minute candle. And this is that high broken. Usually this would mean that your M1 chart is going down. So you have swing low, swing high, swing low, swing high, swing low, rejection, double bottom, and then break of the previous swing highs. So you can consider this, because there's 2 highs up there, 2 lows there. I would consider this as too low, even though it's below this, but if you can see, it's only wicks. And so I would consider this as a trading range. So this confirms as my break and retest or pullback entry. So break, micro pullback on the trend candle, I'm long. If I wait a little bit longer, I will have a seed signal, a banana signal, boom. So that is why I took this trade. Now, since I'm explaining that, I shared this chart, this diagram that I've made on the MT4 platform in the chat room while I was contemplating over my winner and probably showing off in the Discord that I did that. And why I was doing it, I missed my setup here. This is after. So when the NASDAQ went up, DAX actually went this much up, and then as soon as NASDAQ started going down, this is what it did. So this is my trading range that I had created earlier. That I was watching this, and this was torture, you know, because we look at every candle. So I was watching, and my comments were, that everything is completely dead, which also means that there will be a breakout. But there was a fake out in this case. But let me zoom in a bit. As soon as this candle closes outside, this is a momentum breakout. And you're clearly seeing that price is going down, then it pulled back up. It was rejected there. And now it's coming down. So this would be ideally my entry on the break of the range with a TC candle, and I would use the micro pullback. So it's everything. It's a retest and everything. As you can see this wick, it's a retest of the previous levels. So where would I target? I would target the previous level. This is the low of the London session. What matters most is what happened around the London session. So particularly for DAX, as it opens here, and the Frankfurt open session also matters. I don't think that overnight prices matter that much. With the Frankfurt open, so if we scroll back a little bit, this is where Frankfurt opened. Usually what I would do is that I would put a line above the high of the Frankfurt open and the low. So they also become my reference point. But for the London session, this was the low. So either this low or this low would be my target. But ideally, if I went short here, my stop loss is 10 points, I would be out here at 31:3. And that was the reason, but I missed this one. So this is how to trade within tall trading ranges, and this is how to trade with a TC trend candle breakout of a range. So a range can be like this, or a range could be something like there's already a trend, and sometimes what will happen is that it will create a trading range here, and then it breaks out. So for example, imagine that this price does not exist, it's deleted. This comes out and it retests, you would go long here on this signal. So that's it. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next video.